There are very few great track traditions like the one that is held every late season at Shawnee Mission North High School. As this great meet begins its 8th decade of competition, state champions, national champions, even Olympians have been a part of this great track tradition. Spectrum Sports welcomes you to the 71st Shawnee Mission North Relays. Welcome back to Spectrum Sports coverage of the 71st Shawnee Mission North Relays. As always, the middle distance kids take the center stage to start things off. A full field, Nate, in the girls and boys 4x800 meter relays. And of course, all eyes on Olathe West. 9:43 already this year. That is a big number.
And they set the meet record last year with a time of 9:17.40, and we see the first leg getting ready as she is warming up for this race. And all four runners, that's Kate Miller, who's going to start things off for Olathe West, Bree Newport, Charis Robinson, and Paige Baker set to run in this event. To kick things off, we had a few meet records broken last year, and we're going to see if this team can better that for the first event in this meet this year.
Here's the lineup. You have Shawnee Mission North with a very respectable 10-15. Olathe North right there at 10-10, as well as you see DeSoto there also. But breaking the 10-minute mark, and not just breaking it by a little ways, they are breaking it by a bunch. And we saw Olathe West in cross country in our coverage earlier in the fall, and they just dominated the field.
There were owls everywhere.
They were all at the front, and on a cold, rainy, tough night to run cross country. What you're seeing is a waterfall start. It's a double waterfall start. The inside 4 lanes, you can cut in to the first lane. Those are the kids you see in the back. The runners you see in the outside 4 lanes, they will be able to cut into the 5th lane right at the start, and then everyone will blend in at the top of the backstretch as we are underway here in the girls 4x800. It is going to be a crowded field. And Nate, this is where we've talked about making decisions in the past. How much do you want to get out there, try to get away from the crowd, because it can be very, very tough, especially in the first handoff.
It can, and you need to be careful. You don't want to go out too fast. But this late in the season, this is kind of the final leg of the season, not just for the relay teams, but the runners in general, but especially as they cut in, they have a better feel for what their 800 feels like and what it looks like. So the tempo is better, and so rarely will you see somebody get out too fast, and so they're able to gauge that pretty well. But that was a clean break-in, so that's good to see to kick off the meet.
And they're already starting to string things out just a little bit.
And that's Olathe West actually in second place right now. Olathe North behind them.
That is Charlotte Caldwell of Mill Valley out in front right now.
And Mill Valley came in with a time of 10:29.84, so definitely not one of the faster times. This is just the first leg. So some teams might try to stack their team and put their faster runner in the first and second, get a lead, and then hopefully the third and fourth leg runners can hang on to it. So everybody has a little bit different strategy. Typically what you see is the faster runners at the beginning and the end of relays.
And you try to, they call it front loading or stacking when you put your faster kids up at the front. But Olathe West now back out in front. And that is Kate Miller. Still running well as he heads towards the finish line. Miller still driving hard. Mill Valley again trying to catch up. Field nice and strung out. Handoffs aren't going to be too big of a problem as they just about hit the line together. Great handoffs. You saw how they take 2 or 3 quick steps, then turn around and get the baton. That's the way you want to do it. You don't want to wait for your runner to get there. You want to get going and get as many steps started, as much momentum as you can to get going. But great handoffs there in the first exchange.
And that's something that you'll also see later in the season like this, is the teams have been able to kind of polish those handoffs a little bit. And you're right, you want to get a good start. The lead runner who's going out. We saw at the Bill Summit Invitational a few weeks ago, we saw a lot of runners running up on the incoming runner running up on the runner that was taking the baton, and it was kind of more of a shuffle. But this is those were some clean handoffs there in the beginning, and they handed off almost exactly the same time.
That's Benson at Mill Valley out in front, but being chased down by Bree Newport. See Newport, number 760. That's one thing that's new this year, is they have bib numbers, and I think it's great.
They look awesome.
They look terrific, and it, you know, it's not just something that helps us in the broadcast, helps the fans as well, but it's something for the kids to take with them. This is a special meet. This is one of the really great track traditions, and it's something they can take with them, you know, just a little bit of a memento to cherish here from getting to run here. And you've been here before. You've done this meet. You know what it's like. It is a special place.
Yeah, I really enjoyed running here, and it was the first time I ran a sub 50 in the 400 as a junior. But we always look forward to it, and in very familiar competition. And what's unique about this meet is that you'll have several classes running against each other, but high level of competition in each one of those classes. So in a way, this could be more difficult and actually more competitive than the state meet, depending on the event.
Indeed, and you look at the gap starting to open up. Newport really putting the feet up and down now. They're only at 4:21 as they get ready to hit the 1 mile mark. So an outstanding time already. Still 2 more legs to go.
And this is where you're really going to see Olathe West starting to basically run against themselves, because they've broken out the lead. We're halfway through the race right now. And so, you know, you look at this team, and teams that have only been running together for the season already have some experience throughout the season. But this team, this is the second year that they've run together, and they dominated last year. And so now it's just, you know, business as usual, and see what they can put together.
Boy, Paige Baker just very smooth. You notice the arms not flailing at all, just very, very quiet and stretching it out. And there's one thing, you're by yourself, you can maybe take a few more chances that you might not take. You don't have to press if you don't want to, but if you really want to go for the record, you can maybe drive just a little bit harder and see if you can hang on to this. But she's got a great kick, very smooth, great arm swing, nice and straight. It's not the best of nights to be running distance. It's a little bit on the warm side. It's also a little bit breezy, but it is certainly not stopping them with 5 laps to go.
And they are continuing to lengthen that lead in this girls 4x800. We're looking at the American flag there, and it's not out all the way, but pretty close. Pretty good breeze out here, and it's kind of the weather's been kind of hit and miss. We had some showers come through earlier today, but then the humidity really started to pick up in the afternoon. Now it's mainly overcast, but you're right, not the best weather for distance, but as the season progresses, it gets warmer. That can also mean faster times.
And we're complaining about the wind, and if you've been around, you know the wind has been absolutely atrocious for about any track meet all season long. So we'll take what there is today, believe me. It's not too bad. Certainly good for the crowd, and it's a great crowd again, as always, for this meet. Baker coming to the line to hand off for the last time. Charis Robinson likely to take the baton.
Another clean handoff. Final exchange there for Olathe West.
And it is Charis Robinson. We'll see her a little bit later. And look at her go. She is going to lap at least one team. See Mill Valley still trying to stay in there. 5:56, that's Megan McAfee, who is towing the baton for Mill Valley in second place. And they're not doing bad. They've got a pretty good number coming up here, but they are just simply being outdistanced by what is a great Olathe West team. Look at Robinson just power by everybody.
Robinson seems to be running faster as she picks up the distance there as she comes down the final home stretch for the first of 2 laps for her on the anchor leg.
There are still a couple of handoffs yet to go in the final leg as Robinson powers past them and past the finish line. 350 meters to go.
Well, the other anchor legs had to kind of walk past her because she got on the track so early. and the other anchor legs, because their incoming runners were so far behind, they hadn't walked out onto the track yet. So there was a little bit of a kind of messy there for a little bit before those last handoffs happened.
Robinson has a chance. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Robinson has a chance to run down maybe a couple of more kids. Maybe that'll give her some incentive to run a couple of people down. Again, the meet record, 9:17:40, and they could very well just absolutely destroy that meet record. It is going down in a big, big way. If she can really pump hard, they could break the 9-minute barrier. It is going to be so close. She's just not quite going to get there, but she is going to run 9:03. What a run. 9:03 breaks the meet record by 14 seconds.
What a race. All the fans standing up, standing ovation, and deservedly so. Great run there by Olathe West.
There you see it, 9:03:42. What a run. That is one excited group, no doubt about it. They deserve to have a big celebration. What a great run. Here comes Mill Valley and DeSoto finishing. And that is a respectable, that's 9:40, and that is nothing to sneeze at. 9:48. Those are great times. 9:40, 9:43 actually for Mill Valley and DeSoto. That is nothing to sneeze at. Could have a couple of more kids break 10 minutes. We do. We have another team breaking the 10-minute barrier as well. That is Olathe Northwest. They run 9:58. Good competition will get you some good numbers coming up from behind. Olathe South, 10:01. That's a good time as well, but they are all well outdistanced by Olathe West, 9:03:42. Let's take another look at that, Nate. That was a great, great effort.
There's the teammates there congratulating the Olathe West team, which is awesome to see. And I'll tell you what, this team is at a point now where they can fine-tune some things, and one of those areas is going to be the handoffs, and those were very smooth handoffs. We know they're fast. We know they can run the 800 fast and 4 times that, but they can shave off a little bit of time on those handoffs, and that's part of what they did tonight, and that's only going to continue to get better as the season goes on.
This is where it was pretty much decided right here, the kick at the end of the leg, and here is the finish. Robinson just powering her way, started to tighten up just a little bit. You see her starting to labor. She really wants to get to that line. I think she saw that clock. Now, man, I can break the 9-minute barrier. Just did not quite get there, but well more than enough for a tremendous, tremendous finish. There it is. Olathe West 9:03:42. Mill Valley second, a very strong 9:40:65, and DeSoto third at 9:44:10.
Well, Mill Valley's time would have been about 3 seconds faster than the fastest seed time coming in. That was Olathe West at 9:43. So yeah, 9:40, DeSoto at 9:44. Very respectable, very impressive. But all smiles for Olathe West.
And if you're wondering why the seed time was that, and all of a sudden you're going, my gosh, they just cut 43 seconds off their seed time. You've got kids that are running the mile, or the 1,600, the 3,200, the 400, and they are moving down as the postseason gets closer. You're starting to put these 4x800 meter relay teams together for the postseason, and so you're kind of experimenting throughout the year, but then you're really bringing your best of the best in, and that's one great thing about this meet, because it is getting towards the end of the year. You really got to start showing your hand.
Yep.
Let's take a welcome to Dion Clisson. He is with us again this year, and he's down on the field.
Well, guys, I'm here with the Olathe West 4x8 team. You set the meet record, you set the state record. 9 minutes is sitting right there. Is that something you're thinking about?
I mean, our goal was to just break our state record. Like, we didn't know how close we were gonna get, but being this close is crazy. And yeah, I don't know.
Break 9.
I mean, yeah.
Well, tell me this: this meet is so big, and you get to race against different classes. How important is this as you go forward, going into league and then state?
It's a confidence builder.
Yeah.
Like, we see how we stack up against everyone else, and we go do our best.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So
See some of the teammates behind her trying to get some airtime there.
Get a little camera time.
Sure.
But a nice finish by Bunt, finishing in first place, and again running a nice time. That was Roth that ended up in second place at 2:22.1.
So the third of 3 timed finals. The first 2 heats we had 15 runners in each. This one we have 10. So a little bit smaller field here. That might help keep things clean. And we have another pole vaulter over the latest height.
Wow, over that, what a tremendous effort there.
All right, here is the third heat of the girls 800. Isabel Ross in the inside from Blue Valley Southwest. Bryn Lewis of Olathe Northwest. Charlotte Caldwell from Mill Valley. Charis Robinson of Olathe West. Quinn Hayes of St. James Academy. Bree Newport of Olathe West. Annie Wilkin of St. James. Kate Miller of Olathe West. Emma Baum from Blue Valley West, and Paige Mullen of Shawnee Mission Northwest.
You saw Robinson and Caldwell Hayes earlier today in the 1,500 meters. Boy, this pace is toward at the moment. They're at the 300 mark at 46. They are not wasting any time in this race.
And I think that was Paige Mullen out front, who we saw earlier in the 1,600. And she has kind of trailed off now.
Look at the Olathe West girls all up there in a pack.
Charis Robinson. We talked about the Owls earlier and how much they dominated the cross-country meets. And
well, they set a new record in the 4x8 a little while ago, and they're all running here in a group as well. 800s will make you sore and tired, but Robinson looks like she is running without any trouble whatsoever. Nice clean arm swing.
And she has a really long stride. If you watch her stride compared to the other runners, she's covering a lot of ground.
And it's one thing to have a long stride. You don't want to get it too long in the 800, but it's the turnover, because if you can get a long stride and get quick turnover, makes you awfully strong. As Robinson begins to power away from the rest of the field, looking very good.
You can see her looking up at the clock.
760, that's her teammate. That is Newport.
And that might be a meet record.
That could be very, very close.
She got it.
2:12.82 breaks the long-standing record by Allie Cash of Shawnee Mission West. That was 2:13.61. She runs 2:12.82. Newport 2:14.7, and Miller runs 2:16.01. Charis Robinson is now the meet record holder in the girls' 800-meter run.
So good for her, breaking an 11-year-old record there, set by Allie Cash from Shawnee Mission West in 2012 with a 2:13.61. Congratulated by her teammates.
That's one thing, when you have teammates that run with you as well, that just makes a big, big difference. Look at this finish, though. No doubt whatsoever. Great arm swing. That's the one thing for her. She stays very upright, great arm swing, and that leg turnover for that kind of height and that kind of stride just makes her one of the prototypical 800-meter runners. A new meet record, 2:12.82 for Charis Robinson of Olathe West. When we come back, the 800-meter runs, Wyatt Houghton ready to go in Heat 3. We'll see what happens in that coming up here in just a few moments. Karen Robinson, 2:12.82, a new meet record. Newport, an outstanding 2:14.7, and Kate Miller, also from Olathe West, at 2:16. If you're keeping team scores, that just brought you a lot of points.
Yeah, that is what they call a sweep.
That's called 24 points right there.
And those are, in second and third, those are not slow times either. So 2:14 and 2:16, very, very, very well done by Olathe West once again.
Track side, here's Dion Clisso.
I'm here with Charis Robinson. Just set a meet record.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's a PR for you as well, too.
It is. It's like a 3 or 4 second PR for me too.
Well, tell me this. This is a big meet. We talked to everybody about it. It's easy to do well here because there's such good competition, and you guys have really dominated that 800. You guys were all up there at top. Is that what pushes you along, the great teammates you have?
Yes, absolutely. Like they push me better every single day. Like we practice workouts just like that. We practice working together, moving up together, pushing each other.
Was a meet record something you thought about tonight?
I was told like right before, I was like, okay, like might as well go for it. I ran a 2:12 split in the 4x8 winning to get the state record. And I was like, I don't know, it's a fun meet, like might as well just go for it and try it.
Well, thanks a lot, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Go for it and try it.
Well, she went for it.
Yep.
That is for
it.
sure.
All right, section 3 of 3 for the girls 4x400. DeSoto High School in lane 1. In lane 2, Lawrence Free State. Lane 3, St. James Academy. In lane 4, Blue Valley North. In lane 5, Olathe West. In lane 6, Blue Valley West. In lane 7, Mill Valley High School. And in lane 8, Piper High School. Blue Valley North coming in with the fastest time of 4 minutes flat, 4 minutes .84. St. James Academy 4:02.68, and Olathe West at 4:02.21. Those are some fast times. Lanes 3, 4, and 5, and I think we have everybody running. No scratches in this one, so all 8 lanes are full. DeSoto, Lawrence Free State, St. James Academy, Blue Valley North, Olathe West, Blue Valley West, Mill Valley, and Piper High School.
A little bit slow getting everybody settled in. Now we're ready to go. Boy, he holds him for a long time.
That was going to be a false
agonizing.
All right,
gotta make sure everybody's still.
Blue Valley North in lane 4, and that's St. James Academy in 3, already making up the stagger, making up 2 staggers, passing Blue Valley North and Olathe West. St. James in lane 3. On the outside is Blue Valley West, Mill Valley outside of them, and Piper in lane 8. But right now it's St. James Academy with the early lead in lane 3. She has made up almost all the staggers in the first 300. And a strong first leg by St. James Academy. And she hang on. Here come the first handoffs to the second leg runners. They'll run in their lanes for the first 100, and then they'll cut in. St. James with the first handoff. Not far behind them is Blue Valley West and Blue Valley North. And right now it's a 3-person race for second place as they start to cut in.
And not for long, because here comes a whole lot of company for the leaders.
And that is Kate Miller of Olathe West running the second leg with a strong leg here to take about a 5-meter lead. Coming around the second turn down the home stretch. Lansing making a move in third place, now second place, and now here comes Lansing trying to take the lead going into the anchor leg. It's going to be Lansing, Olathe West, and St. James.
It's actually, I believe,
that is Blue Valley West in the lead.
3:02.
That is Gwen Rembolt running the anchor leg.
It's actually
St.
one more
James
leg.
is
This is the
coming
third
up.
leg.
Third leg, sorry. I don't want this race to be over.
No,
I'll let
it's
you know.
fun. This is Phelps now, Leah Phelps, who has taken the lead for St. James. West is back into second place now. Olathe West now back into first place with just 400 meters to go now.
Now it's the anchor leg. And we've seen some of these runners before.
And this is Charis Robinson.
There's Charis Robinson. We've said her name a few times tonight.
Isn't it great when you have an 800-meter runner with 400-meter speed? We talked about her turnover in the 800, that long stride. Boy, she can keep herself low, you know, not get too tall, not get too stretched out. 265, check that, that's Beatrice Wiley in 1065 for St. James. Is being challenged now, but right now, Charis Robinson pulling away.
Up into second place now. That is
Blue Valley North in second place now.
That's Delia Gregory for Blue Valley North running the anchor leg.
But it's
Said
just
her name too a few times, but it's Robinson hanging on for Olathe West with the win.
oh, and they break the 4-minute barrier. 3:59.92. Blue Valley North at 4 minutes .87, and St. James Academy settles for third place at 4:02.48. Blue Valley West at 4:08.03, and Mill Valley at 4:09.82. Those are some great times in the girls' 4x400 meter run. You kind of look at Olathe West, and depending on what their regionals are like, state could be very interesting for that group as they celebrate another nice win. Let's take a look at a replay of this. Let's see, the Olathe West Owls, 3:59.92.
I think Olathe West and Blue Valley North, there's probably a good chance they're going to face each other again at state. And a strong run by the Owls there. And there's Blue Valley West.
Blue Valley West just really had a great second leg there, getting themselves back in the fight, but just could not hang on to it. At the end, it was Olathe West and St. James Academy starting to haul them in. They're in the third leg, and then the fourth leg, it was just no doubt. Again, Olathe West just really showing some incredible running from their middle distance kids.
Charis Robinson makes it look really easy, doesn't she?
And this is, you're talking a lot of racing tonight. Those races are not easy. The 400 and the 800, as you know, just really, really take your legs out from underneath you. So, top three finishers, the West Owls, again, 3:59.92. Blue Valley North, a 4 minute .87 seconds at St. James Academy. The Thunder running 4 minutes 2.48.